Let's see.
I'm fair sure Miri was last week's scribe.
Of course.
Yeah, she was.
Johan's still missing. He's at the top of the scribe list, but Eldwin, you would be next in line.
That's
if you would...
fine by me.
Okay. Now, let me check in with Mary and see where she's at.
She might just be rushing to finish up some work or something.
Yeah. Well, we have her entry, I believe. Do we want to wait a bit, or does one of you want to give it a read to get things moving? I'm actually just working on some planning, so if you guys want to wait, I can just keep working on that.
Give it another, 5 or so minutes. If you finish, then yeah, we'll start reading it. Then
Alright.
may as well give it an extra 5. Anything new with any of you guys?
Nothing new right now. So I guess doing some interviews for see if I want new job, better pay.
Oh yeah, that's always good. What kind of a field?
Just general work right now. A lot of just handiwork.
Oh yeah, like maintenance stuff.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck to you with those. I know how bloody annoying it can be going through all those interviews.
Oh yeah.
The amount of interviews I've done, and it's just like, and you never hear back.
Oh, I know.
Oh, it's always the worst where it's like, yeah, you're great, we loved you, you'll hear back from us, and then nothing.
Mm-hmm. I also love the ones where it's like, here, put everything. It's like, send us your resume. Now, here's the second separate page. We're gonna have you type in everything that's on your resume that we asked for, and again.
Oh, yeah.
And then come for the interview. We are going to ask you everything that's on. We're gonna ask you again everything that was on the resume and on the page that we had you fill out. 'Cause it's just like, what's the point?
Bureaucracy.
I just say how funny it is that, like, LJ finds a chaos god trapped in a doll for 5 minutes, instantly becomes a paladin of
Yeah, that was actually
chaos.
really good timing now that I think about it, because he's been planning that for like a while now.
Oh yeah, I've been.
Hold on, when did he tell me this?
When I wasn't there and we all first leveled up to 12.
So,
what session was that? God, that was a while ago. But I've been planning that for a while.
01/16/24. Hey AJ, LJ at 13th level is gonna dip into Paladin.
Yeah. Which is the funniest thing ever, because I had no idea that you leveled up at the time until Andrea said something about it.
Yeah, no, it's funny that literally, at like the session before we got that effective, or like the 2 sessions before that level up, you've got a connection to a god.
Funniest thing ever.
Although Paladin's thing isn't really a connection to a god, it's more just like their drive to do a thing.
Yeah, but that makes it even more funnier that he has a god, or a potential god, probably is a god, as a fucking doll that he keeps on his waist that he can say fuck you to Elrond.
It has just been me so far, hasn't it?
Pretty much only been you. You've been the main one.
I mean, you've only been hit with intelligence save since you've gotten it, so yeah.
That, or he's been hit by wisdom stuff, and it's like Nasira either got hit by it as well, or it's like I'm concentrating, and he knows damn well it's going to be a lot worse if I get stunned,
Yeah.
and then that spell goes down.
Honestly, I think LJ would probably give it to Anvir the least, especially if he's concentrating on something. Oh, yep. Mary just said, I'm finishing up a wood project and we'll join as soon as possible. Oh, you called it.
Well, that's usually what it is, because I know she usually is rushing a little bit to finish up her stuff.
We meet Tritza God. LJ gains the paladin level.
Well,
Made perfect sense.
I think everyone was here last week, so the recap isn't as important. So we can, if we want, we can do it now, or just wait a little bit for her to come.
Honestly, really isn't important since, like he said, we were all here.
It's good to get everyone back in the swing of things, but it's not, not as big a deal.
I don't mind giving it a quick read just while we wait for her.
All right, yeah. If you would like to, we can at least get that done.
Yeah, sure. So, session 128, we head back to the ship and check on the Candelians. They have begun to settle the fertile area. We help name the new settlement Wandering Ember. Eldwin checks with both Vasprints? The Vasprints? Who are they?
The Cloud Giants.
Oh!
Vasper
Somehow
was the name of their thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't think we've ever referred... Yeah. And the Candelians for magic components, but it's unable to find what he needs. We take Caleb and quote-unquote James to Vorkhan to negotiate protection for Ember. We tell Vorkhan about the Illithids and the brain. Eldwin asks about his desired component and was able to buy it from Vorkhan. We relocate the ship to Ember. Eldwin continues teaching Nasira to drive the ship. Anvir helps the settlers with building projects. LJ goes on a date. Quote-unquote James, David, reveals that the settlement will run out of food before new planting can be harvested. We have a few weeks before things would be dire, so we may need an expedition to Revan's Pass to purchase rations in the near future. We head back towards the Mind Flayer colony, intending to investigate the portals and possibly collapse the temple when we are done, to ensure there will not be reoccupied. En route, we encounter several Mind Flayers whom we dispatch with no small effort. While these were not undead like the others, we are concerned that their abilities so easily affected our minds. We discover correspondence indicating that these Mind Flayers came from the fort to investigate the sudden silence of the Elderbrain. We find a concealed cave and take brief rest in Anvir's hut. It is time now to proceed if we wish to clear this temple before further scouts or reinforcements arrive.
Alright. Thank you for that recap. So, it is the 91st of spring, last day of spring, at 12:30 p.m. in the afternoon. And I believe the group had just arrived at the temple after completing a short rest. And now we're just deciding our next moves, because there is a possibility that there could be more mind flayers in the temple, but I believe the group wanted to try to use one of those portals to explore some of those areas. I think you told the Storm Giant that you were gonna try to look for those magical items.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's why you would come back here.
yeah. Because if I remember correctly, our deal was like give him 3, keep the rest.
Yeah. So you want to find a few of the others. I don't remember what he was giving you for that deal. Or was it just to kind of do him a favor?
I think it was. I think we had said it as like a thing to curry favor with him.
Alright. Well, yeah, what does the group want to do?
I think it should, funny enough, be safer going in there, even if they're like traversing it, even if there are more mind flayers in there, because they shouldn't have set up a lair like the Elder Brain had. But we should still be cautious.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, they wouldn't have had much time. The Elder Brain has only been gone for a couple of days. But you know, at least they have some scouting parties, which might make things a little dangerous.
Might be worth keeping that lantern lit, considering, it keeps the hidden seen.
I think you're the one with the lantern, right? Or did you give that to LJ?
I carry it, but I usually end up just handing it over to.
Yeah, that's
But-
yeah.
Alright, I guess we will enter the temple.
Alright. So the 3 of you are heading back in. Let's see. So as you approach, I'll say, Anvir, you would notice that there are footprints. Newer footprints that you hadn't seen before. You think someone is probably in the area ahead. So there are signs
they look-
of passage.
This probably is something I wouldn't know, but maybe like, because I'm pretty sure we brought Dosha around purely for like survival reasons. Like, do they look humanoid like feet, or do I think they're probably like mind flayers?
I would need a survival check.
Could I do it even though I'm not trained?
Do you have Dosha with you?
Yeah, we usually bring him purely because only one of us has survival.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'll make a roll for. Let's see. Do you have anyone else
'cause
with you? Or is it just Dosha?
It would
It's probably just Dosha,
Yeah, it's just Dosha from our camp.
because otherwise it's the giant or the Slard.
Yeah, there's for survival it's Dosha and
Zera.
I was about to say Ashes because the current name is Ashes on Discord, but Nisera.
Yeah, it's for the other game. Let's see.
Yeah, I'd just point them out and go, Dosha, do you think these are just main players?
He says, He bends over the signs of passage, doing a survival. And he says, yes, definitely medium-sized humanoids. Several. I believe they came through this way and entered the temple a few hours ago. So probably not the group that attacked us.
Well, do you want me to hold the lantern and go first then? Or damn the lantern and...
Look, here's the thing. We've already been subjugated to so many invisible traps in this temple. I think he would be paranoid not to... too paranoid to not give you it.
It's me. Do you really think I'll be paranoid?
No, I'm saying Onvia would be too paranoid to not give it to you. There's been too many invisible spells that blew up in this place.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, honestly, you'd be a little crazy not to be paranoid.
Probably just a bit, but not as much as definitely Onvir.
Alright,
So
so
let's
you
be prepared for a fight.
take the lantern and head in.
Correct.
The Lantern of Revealing.
Alright.
The moment I start hearing anything or see anything, probably not as much as Onvir, but I'm gonna stop.
Give me one moment to check something. Okay. Alright. So the group heads in. We have Leo Jr. Onvir. And Aldwin. Alright, so you come through the temple door. Give me stealth checks. Well, are you trying to be stealthy?
It's a bit hard with the lantern, but we are probably trying to make a little noise at least.
Yeah, at least the minimum noise.
Go ahead and give me stealth checks.
I am going to spend a superiority dice on this
Okay.
to do ambush.
Do ambush?
Ambush. You gain superiority dice for stealth or initiative
Oh,
rolls.
Alright.
That's a 17 for me. I accidentally had advantage clicked.
Yeah, I mean, you can just have it roll two numbers, and we can take the one that, is appropriate for the situation.
So 15
Okay.
and 7.
If you just have it rolled twice. That's what I usually do, because it's kind of, pointless to just highlight one of them, because then people forget it and they leave it on or off. And if there's two numbers, you just take the first one, or you take the higher or lower one.
22 for me.
Alright, so 22, 17, and 15. So you come into the place fairly quiet. Now, you said you had a lantern, right, LJ?
Correct.
So give yourself
Actually-
Yeah.
It's actually because of each plus 7, 22, 22, and 17.
Oh, okay. Sure. So, yeah, you guys are fairly stealthy. Give yourself a light mark, LJ, as I'll give you some lantern light. As
I'm
you...
trying to find it.
I would have the light spell on me as well.
Alright, so mark yourself as well, and I'll give you a torch light source.
Where are you?
Go like way down.
Yeah, it's unfortunate you can't mark or only use the ones you want to use.
I know that would be
Actually-
so handy.
Yeah, I actually changed it to this one.
Alright,
Because the light bulb kept repeating itself. But up ahead, you would hear footsteps. I'll say
There you
Onvir with your 25. Something is moving around in the areas ahead of you, though you don't see anything yet.
I would just point forward and just put my fingers to my lips and go shh.
Okay.
I'm not sure why, but it's giving me 2 light sources on my token.
Okay, why does it always seem to do that?
Oh, so that isn't just me fucking up somehow.
Alright. Well, anyway,
There we go. Okay.
you are stepping forward, moving pretty quietly. Let me just check something before you go too far. Yeah, because you do have your lantern of revealing, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I think so. Things can't be invisible within 30 feet. Okay.
Is it 30? Yeah, I thought it was 60.
No, it's the bright light. But
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so your lantern is shining in the darkness. Luckily, there are lights up ahead, as this temple does have all that magical lighting still functioning. So you step forward carefully. So far, you don't see anything. Like I said, you still hear footsteps from a little ways ahead of you.
I'll like start poking my head around the corner.
Alright, so as you step there, you hear a voice in the darkness. Does anyone speak? Does anyone speak deep speech?
No.
no.
Nope.
Okay. So yeah, you heard some voices up ahead as you're kind of stepping there, looking around carefully.
Would we recognize it as deep speech?
If you don't have the language, you probably wouldn't. Though you may recognize it as something similar that you've heard the Mind Flayers speaking in the past.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It's just like, it's like I'll just look back. It's like looks like we got some company.
Yay.
What do you want to do?
Like, do we want to check out the library first? See if they're in there.
So you see, as you're kind of standing there, a creature, familiar-looking creature, kind of step out as if he was expecting you. Give me initiative rolls.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Right where I thought he would be.
Yeah, they seem, or it seems to have somehow knew you were coming, even though you were being very quiet.
Hive mind thing that can detect thoughts knew we were coming somehow.
Alright. So the first act, as he steps out,
Oh, that's not great.
is going
no.
to be Leo Jr. What do you want to do?
Oh. And where is he right now? Like,
Well,
directly
you
for
don't
the Eldwin?
see anything, but you saw Eldwin kind of have a look of surprise, which means he most likely saw an enemy or sees something dangerous.
This probably isn't gonna go well, but I'm gonna move 20 feet here.
Okay.
I'm assuming I see.
So yeah, looking down the hall, you do see the creature, which you are indeed familiar with.
Well,
What do you want to do?
I think, funny enough, I think
I
it's
go
our
back to
first-
my corner and do nothing.
Yeah,
Because
I
I
think it is
cannot do
actually.
range.
Alright,
Our first normal.
alright, so another creature is going to come into view.
Ah, there it is.
It is going to... you would hear a voice in your head that says, "Slaves, give up. Surrender yourself to us." It's going to step one more space forward, and blast you all with a familiar ability. Psychic Energy will strike the group, and I need a int save. DC 16. It does not hit
Yeah.
Anvir, though. Anvir is back far enough.
Ah, sweet.
Oh, fuck you, Nat 20.
I was like, does he project this thing outwards somewhere?
Luckily, yeah, it does not go far enough to hit you. So you two would be struck by the mental energy. They'll luckily be unaffected by it.
There's something very funny about LJ and I rolling the same thing.
Yes,
So that's
different
it.
ways, but still.
Yeah, that's it for him. The other Mind Flayer is going to follow his buddy a little. Check something. So right now, you can see the two of you. Well, no, I think you can only check. You can see. Might not see LJ. Oh, he does see LJ, just barely. So he is going to step back, actually, and then cast a spell targeting LJ.
Dark.
So I
That's your just
need
did there.
a wisdom save. LJ.
There it is.
So, you would become charmed. Unless you want to do something. Alright, so you would become...
No, I'll take it.
Alright, yeah, so you become charmed as you feel his eyes invading your consciousness, dominating you. And you would hear a voice commanding you to kill your friend. And that's
Well,
gonna be it for him. So you guys would both see, like, LJ's eyes start to glow as he has kind of a murderous look in his expression now, looking at the two of you. So that is, as I said, going to be it for him. Anvir.
So AJ knows how to stop Dominate. Does Onvir know how to stop Dominate?
I mean, there's a couple of different ways you can try to get rid of Dominate.
Yeah, well, like, specifically, does he know, like, damaging him does it, and, like, concentration? Like, obviously the concentration and dispel, but it is, damaging LJ could also do it.
I guess that would be a... Dominate's a wizard, so that would be a Arcana check. I believe Dominate is, mostly arcane.
I think you're right.
If you want to do a bonus action.
Yeah, I may as well. Actually, no, I think I'll just save my bonus action.
Okay.
And... I'll do it. No, actually, I will do that, because it will change what I might try and do for my action.
Just FYI, if you guys ever want to record in your notes the things you know, so like, for example, if you want to record that your character knows about Dominate for next time, well, never mind. You're not sure. You can do that, like things that you find. So like next time a Dominate hits, you could say, oh yeah, my character knows about this.
Yeah, sweet. He will... He'll just try and do a dispel magic on him. He's gonna hope for the best.
Alright, what level are you casting it as?
Just a third.
Alright, so you need to make a caster check, DC 17. As you attempt to rip the magics off of your friend.
And then, what's the one that gives me advantage? Story or inspiration?
Inspiration. Story is a
yeah.
reroll, but I think you used your story point for the day already. I might be wrong.
Maybe. Yeah, I'll use the inspiration.
Alright, so
Wait,
make
that I
an
have.
inspired check.
And I'm glad I did.
Yeah, so 18 would be enough, and the magic is dispelled.
I'm
Alright,
back.
anything else?
I will. I'm backing up.
Alright. Eldwin.
Alright. I am going to run up. With my bonus action, I'm gonna activate Blade Song.
Okay.
Still gonna already has the AC for that. Whoops. And then I'm going to run up 40 feet. And then I'm going to take do I actually want to do that? I'm actually going to cast at 3rd level Fireball.
From right here?
From where I'm standing, yeah.
Alright, you attempt to do a fireball. Does this guy have counterspell? No. Alright, so yeah, you, he does not try to stop you. And I assume you're
And
just striking both of them?
Yeah, I'm just putting it so I can hit both.
Alright, so I'll start with the one in the back. He is going to try to resist. He gets to do a dex at advantage, spell resistance. 14 would fail, I believe. So he takes 23 fire. And then the second one, the Warlock, also has spell resist. So he as well is attempting a dex at advantage. 14 becomes an 18, which still
fails.
misses. As a reaction, he snaps his fingers and seems to absorb some of your energy. So he is going to take half damage, which is 11. Alright, so that I believe is it for you.
Yeah.
Alright, now I gotta bring Miri from the background, so we're entering a new round.
Yeah, I would have rolled initiative, but I didn't know where we were on the map.
So I'll put Nasira here, and I'm also going to bring in a friend from the background and have them roll initiative as well. Alright. So, let me reorder for the turn. Leo, top of the round.
Cool. I run up. And if I deal with that, I'll get Aldrin. I would just take a spear and just chuck it at the one in the very back.
Spear or javelin?
Javelin.
Alright.
Nope.
So you,
Spear, sorry.
Alright, so
Yeah.
you hurl a spear. Eldwin is in the way, but it's only light cover.
Do I not have one? Yeah.
AC is 17 with light cover. Yeah, 21 will strike, hitting the creature for 11. Alright. Further
And-
winding him.
And I will use my bonus action to twit toss another one towards them.
Alright. So you
Doo-doo.
quickly hurl.
Ooh.
No, 13 is not going to be enough, and that flies past.
5 spear, and that'll be it.
Alright, so you can put 2 spear tokens on his place if you want to pick those up later. That is it for you. The Mind Flayer goes. Another Mind Flayer. It's going to move up. 25, 30. And he is going to attempt to cast a spell.
Yeah, I'll attempt to counterspell this at 4th level.
Alright. So you can... Alright, it's 4th level. So... That will be a caster check.
Alright.
Once again... Oh, it's DC 18. I had the DC wrong. It's a DC 18 caster check.
Yeah, I only just made my last one.
There we go.
Oh,
Aha!
good roll. Alright, so you indeed counter his attempt as he curses and steps back one, ending his turn. The Warlock. Looks like he sends several messages to his friends telepathically. So he looks back at them for a moment. He will... What does that do? Hang on, I gotta look this up.
Not things you want to hear from your DM.
I know. It's like a.
Famous last words.
Ooh, what's this do? Uh-oh.
Oh, actually, I can just make sure I'm whispering now. Let's use my macro thing here. What does this spell do?
Famous last words.
Uh, Interesting. Alright. So he is gonna start chanting. And cast a spell. You would see kind of, well, let me measure out where this is gonna be. Yeah. Wait, did I get that right?
It's like that. That looks like a big radius, whatever that is.
Oh, actually, here, let me see where he can see. Okay, so you can see back there. Alright. So yeah, a darkness begins to swirl around and just encompasses a huge area. Anyone within there is blinded. And you would start to hear maddening laughter as well as like shrieking and gibbering.
Oh, this spell.
Yeah, this spell. So he is then going to back up 20, 25, 30 feet and end his turn. Concentrating. So another Mind Flayer is going to go. He is just going to move up here 20 feet and attempt to Mind Blast into the darkness.
He doesn't need to see.
Well, this is the cone of psychic energy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he just kind of knew where you guys, like, he doesn't, you assume he doesn't see you, but he kind of knew where you guys were standing. So the three of you, once again, I need int saves. The Mind Blast into the shadows. DC is 15.
Oh, it's
It is a 60-foot cone, so it doesn't affect Anvir, but the rest of you would be hit by it.
Oh, well, it was nice to join the combat briefly, guys.
oh.
Alright. So,
Oh,
unfortunately...
Hey, Eldwin.
Oh,
you'll know
gosh,
something.
darn it.
Oi,
You gonna
question. Do you
transform?
have to see a Let
Oh,
me
yeah.
ask you a question. Do you have to see the creature?
Good question,
Oh, to
DM.
transfer it? It's a good question. I think I said you do have to see them. They have to be within 30 feet. Although with the Lantern of Revealing, would that cut through the darkness?
I'm not. Let me quickly check it, because I'm pretty sure it just reveals hidden and
Okay, so
invisible
it doesn't do
things.
anything up against magic darkness.
So the description of the item you sent me, it says nothing about seeing. The ally cannot have the condition.
Alright. So then you would transfer to Eldwin, who unfortunately would become stunned. Wouldn't take the damage, though. You would take 22 psychic damage, LJ and Nasira, unfortunately, from failing the save. Eldwin would become stunned and Nasira would, but you would not. Go ahead and spend your reaction. It's unfortunate because that does take away his blade singing. Alright, so that's
Nice.
the Mind Flayer. Anvir, unfortunately, you start your turn in this maddening darkness. I would need a Wisdom save, DC 16.
Well, that is my strong suit, at least.
Alright, so you do make it. Still, you would take 12 points of psychic damage. As the psychic energy in this darkness is extremely strong. No other ill effects come to haunt you. So what are you gonna do?
I might more or less do the same thing I did last turn. Like, can I do a check to see if I can figure out what spell this is?
Yeah, so this spell would be, once again, I think this is a arcane spell, DC 18, to know more about
Oof,
it.
another big one.
Yeah, it's an 8th level.
Yeah,
so
no.
You have no idea.
Well, again, I'm just gonna try and dispel it and hope for the best.
Alright, so you attempt another dispel. Once again, the DC would be 18 on a spellcaster check.
Oof.
Well, that unfortunately will fail. Anything else?
I don't think it's even worth me trying to move. I couldn't get really out of this, and I can't really see where I'm going, can I?
I mean, you can kind of hear, and you know what the surroundings look like before it all went dark.
You know, because it works out well, I'll just go into this little corner, because then I can just, like, at least play it as I'm following the wall afterwards.
Alright, so you're kind of moving along the wall. Nasira, unfortunately, I would just need the int save at the end of your turn. 12 is close. I assume you have anything to buff that. So yeah, that would stun you for the time being. Eldwin, end of your turn, int save.
Nothing for being in the darkness.
Oh, right, the in the darkness effects. Sorry. Nasir, I would need a wisdom save from you too.
Also, the stun save is with advantage. Eldwin.
Oh, yeah. So you would make the wisdom save, taking 11 points of, I think it's psychic. Let me double check. It would be, yeah, psychic. Alright, and Eldwin, yeah, you get an in save at the end of your turn with advantage.
I'll do the wisdom first, because I
Oh
think
yeah,
I'm in
wisdom
the.
first, sure. So you would make it, taking 20 points of psychic.
Oh, jeez. And then in save with advantage.
Yes. Which you would make. So you drop the stun at the end of your turn. Leo Jr., I need that wisdom save first. Alright,
Yep.
so you would fail, taking 43 psychic.
Fuck.
Jesus.
Just make sure there's no other ill effects. I think it's just psychic damage, but let me double check. Yeah, so you can't see through it. Spreads around corners. Dark vision can't see. Non-magical light can't go through it. Yeah, it's just damage. So nothing else. Just the large amount of psychic. What do you want to do?
Wait, it says
Non-magical.
non-magical light can't go through it. What about magical light?
With the lantern and with railing.
As well as light created by spells of 8th level or lower.
There
so
we
it
go.
would have to be a really high level light spell. But yeah, go ahead. What are you doing, LJ?
Oh, I probably should have mentioned, when I threw that spear, I dropped the lantern.
Ah, alright. You gonna leave
So
it
it's
there, or are
kinda-
you picking it back up?
I'm way on the ground for now. Why am I trying to move the lantern, not my token?
Go lantern.
Yes, I throw the lantern. I'm just kidding. I move the square in front of Eldwin. Is that in the darkness or just outside of it?
Sorry, what?
This square right here. Am I
That is
good there
outside
to?
the darkness.
Cool. I attack this one.
Alright, so you come rushing out, taking him a little bit by surprise. Yeah, 20 is going to strike. Hitting him for 8 slashing. 21 will strike again. Cutting him for another 13. Okay. Is that it?
One more attack. 22.
Yeah, 22 will strike again.
A 9.
Another 9.
And I'm gonna spend another superiority dice
Mhm.
to swap places with Eldwin using bait and switch. And give Eldwin the bonus AC.
Alright, I think that you might take damage again. Let me see. Oh no, it just starts its turn. Well, I guess on your next turn you would, but yeah, go ahead. You guys
Yeah.
can switch places then. So suddenly, yeah, you pull him into the light as you step back into the darkness, and Eldwin, you have a big AC bonus. Anything
man.
else?
Is it until the end of my next turn? Or.
Uh,
I believe.
Well, you, let's see. I mean, if you want, you probably want to add the actual description to that, because that probably is where it says how long it lasts.
Yeah.
Start of your next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Like I said,
Oh,
I want to add that, yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
So, Leo Jr., I assume that is it for you.
Correct.
Okay, so Mind Flayer. What can he do? I think he's going to try to attack Eldwin as he begins casting a spell. Chanting.
I will attempt to counterspell it just at 3rd level.
Alright, so it is a 2nd level spell, and you do indeed counter it. He is perturbed by this and will back up 30 feet, trying to get away from all this. Alright, so the Mind Flayer Warlock is going to point. Well, he'll try to recharge his ability first. He does. So for his turn, he is going to back up, point his finger at Eldwin, and attempt to blast you with psychic energy, the Mind Warp. Wow. 20 will miss. Second shot.
What is his AC? Should be right 25 right now, or somewhere that high.
Yeah,
it's 25 right
that's
now.
25.
How the fuck did I guess that? The fuck?
But second shot is actually a 26, so I think that will hit you.
Yeah, well.
So you are blasted for 23 psychic, and you have
Ha.
disadvantages on Int, Wisdom, and Charisma saving throws until the end of his next turn. That's it for him. This Mind Flayer is going to try to recharge his psychic shot, which he does not, thankfully. He is just going to... So you're not stunned. You did use your reaction, though. Yeah, I think he's just going to try to cast a spell on you. Same thing as his buddy. This time it will go off, because you can't counter him. So I need a con saving throw.
Oh, I'm great at those.
Wrong person to do it on.
Oh, well done. So you would indeed make it. And he is going to back up, giving you an Oppie. If you want to take it.
Well, I don't have my reaction.
Oh, right. You countered. So he will move back to here, ending his turn. Anvir, I need another, wisdom save first.
Did I accidentally close my character sheet? Hold on. Oh, no, there it is. I just couldn't see him. Sorry, my mouse is acting up. It's going all laggy. Okay.
Oh,
Oof.
so that is going to fail. Doing 45 psychic. Ouch.
Ow!
Yeah.
Thinking maybe it's, I want to get out of this place. Alright, so what are you going to do for your turn?
I just want to make sure I did that right, actually. Ooh, actually, no. Just barely, not yet. I am going to try and get the hell out of this darkness, or else I might die next turn.
Alright.
I will. So that's 30.
Yeah.
So
So you're running through the darkness.
as best as I can. Oof. I'm gonna do it just because otherwise I'm gonna be using an action next turn as well, but I can't quite get out of the darkness
Mm-hmm.
because there's people in the way. Oh no, I couldn't quite get there either way. So I'm gonna dash, and I'll just pin this like little. I'm just gonna hide up in this little nook up here.
All right, carefully moving forward.
Um,
Yeah.
I have a bonus action, but I don't really think I have much to do with it. Because this is weird. Yeah, because I can't see. I technically can't see myself, which means I can't heal myself with Healing Word, I guess.
Yeah, you would have to unfortunately use Cure Wounds, which would be an action.
And I don't. Yeah. Oh, I do have that, but
But you already used your
Yeah.
dash.
yeah.
Alright. Your turn is
Yeah. I think that's about it.
ending. So Nasira, for some reason the stun comes undone this turn. And you are able to act normally as some sort of magic affects you. However, well, you would make your wisdom save. So, you would take 17 psychic, but yeah, you can act normally for your turn.
Okay. In that case,
Concerning.
like, does it feel like
Feels almost like
Like-
something dispelled the effect. Though you're pretty sure it wasn't on
my
Veer.
Mind Flayer friend is showing back up? All right, I want to go punch something. Are they all way down the hallway?
You would
Okay.
hear them far away.
Oh, I can see 60 feet, but
Well, right
Yeah,
now
you're in
you
the
wouldn't.
magical darkness.
Yeah, right now you wouldn't see them in the darkness, but you would hear them over there.
well, I can see 60 feet, so the darkness doesn't affect me.
Well, it's
Magical.
magical. It's that
Okay.
spell.
well,
This
so
thing.
it's a blind sight.
Oh,
It feels
blind sight!
Oh,
Yeah.
if you have blind sight, is that like 10 feet of blind sight you have?
No, it's the
30.
magic dagger.
Oh, okay. So yeah, with 30 feet, then you can see up to 30 feet in the magical
Okay.
darkness.
Anyway, so I would parkour on the walls wherever needed to run my full.
Okay, so
Distance.
you rush out of the darkness.
And then I let's see. Yeah, might as well try. Let's bonus action. Step of the Wind,
All right.
and I'm going to start with punching this guy.
All right. Zero would look a bit wounded, probably from all that psychic damage, probably bleeding from her eyes and ears a bit. 15 would strike. You said this guy?
Yeah.
So yeah, you get a punch on him.
Right. And I'm going to make that a stunning strike.
All right, so he must make a con save. This is not a magical effect, so he has no advantage. 16. What's the DC?
Oh.
17. All right, so no, he is stunned.
Yeah, and that's only because of that belt.
Let's go.
And then I'll turn and do my next attack on this guy up here.
Oh, how much did he take? 8.
Yeah.
All right. Ugh. He kind
Also, I'll
of.
pull him 5 feet. I'll pull him up here.
All right, so maybe roundhouse kick him. Goes flying that way.
All right, and so now I'm punching this guy.
All right, so you take your second strike on that one. You would have advantage to attack this guy now that he's stunned.
I know.
17 will strike the other one.
I'm gonna try and stunning strike him.
He takes 11, becoming wounded. And we'll have to do a save. Con save. 14. So he is stunned as well. seeing stars from that hit.
Alright, and then I'm gonna get the rest of my movement, which is 20 more feet from my dash to can I occupy this space?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
like behind the wall there.
Yeah, I'll pop up there so that there's a chance for someone to like arrange themselves as an oppie, but I shouldn't be out here alone, so I don't necessarily want to run in further or stay out in the middle. That's my turn.
Alright, Eldwin. Luckily, you were
Alright.
just at the edge of the darkness.
Cool. I'm going to run up 30 feet here,
Mm-hmm.
and then for my action, I'm going to cast Steel Wind Strike.
Nice.
Alright, so you start
And I guess-
teleporting.
Please
I
make
guess
that dry drop concentration.
That's the hope. So, if we want to do this, just left from right.
Yeah,
Alright.
sure, we can start with the stun one. Advantage, 29 will strike him.
Alright. And do you want to use the 31 for that one?
Yeah, sure, I'll use... Well, no, because you kind of saw it already, so you'd have to probably just roll 60-10.
Okay.
If you don't have a Steel and Strike damage macro.
I do. Give me a second.
It does this, when you click the spell, it just rolled
well.
damage. Oh, look at that.
Alright, so
34 for that one.
34 will strike, put him into
That would have been
the dying
Does that get to
state.
be your second attack?
I wasn't expecting it to be. I was just thinking it was doing the damage macro. But this one goes down. Ah.
Alright.
That's too bad. You used up 2 crits.
I know. It feels bad. Like, next
So
one.
he is stunned and dying. Yeah, 29 would strike the second one. Doing 29
429.
force. Which
And
would put
then-
him to wounded.
The last one's a straight roll.
Nice.
So as a reaction, he is going to use silvery barbs. So I
Oh,
need a
gosh.
reroll, and he's going to give this guy advantage on his next
How,
check.
how dare you do what I did to you to me?
How dare he? Alright,
Haha.
well, 23 will still strike him.
Nice.
Takes 34. Okay.
And I'm going to teleport behind him.
Concentration 17.
Yeah, he has to make a roll. So, con save. He would fail, and that would get rid
Oh,
of
thank
the
God.
thingy.
I genuinely might have died on my turn.
Alright, so that is it for Eldwin, I assume?
That is everything I can do.
Alright, new round, Leo. Luckily, the darkness has faded. You are no longer in danger.
You
Cool.
just see Onvir in a ball behind you, just like. "Ah."
Yeah, let's not concern myself with that. I will pick up the spear.
Okay, item interaction, you grab the spear. Well, actually, don't you have your sword in your hand right now?
Correct. Number one.
Unless you
I'll
drop
leave
your
the
sword.
spear on the. Nope. I'm leaving the spear on the ground.
Okay.
And. Fuck, just out of range. Well, first of all, bonus action, second wind.
Just change systems to Baldur's Gate 3 and jump.
Alright! Yeah, can we do that right?
No.
Oh, fuck you.
Jeez. Oh,
That was
macro?
not
Alright,
my macro, yeah.
I was just about to say that's rude.
Oh, bad timing.
You gotta
Where
do a double bracket.
Yeah, I where I was. There we go.
Times the charm.
There we go.
Alright, so you regain 14, feeling a bit better. It's your second wind. So that is a bonus action and a move. Any actions?
And God, I hate marshals, especially with this. No, that would be it.
Alright, so your turn is ending. You can take the light icon off yourself. The Mind Flayer is stunned, so he can't do anything yet. The Mind Flayer Warlock. Well, this isn't going the way he wanted it to, so he is going to attempt to cast another spell.
I will attempt to counterspell at.
At
At 3rd level.
Alright, so it is a 7th level spell, so I need a caster check DC 17.
I figured. No.
Oof, so you will fail, and he vanishes. That is it for him. So the Mind Flayer goes. He is dying. So that is going to be, I think, it for him. He's still, well, yeah, because he's stunned until the end of Nasir's turn. So he makes a death save. Okay, Anvir.
I'll move to here. And if I remember correctly, stunned creatures can't do dex saving throws.
They have a disadvantage on them, I think.
Is it? I thought stun just failed.
Paralyze, I know, fails. I don't think stun fails. I think it's just disadvantage. But I can double check the stun condition.
Yeah, I thought it was strengthened. I could be wrong. I do quite often mix up strength, the paralyzed and stunned condition, like what does what.
Oh, no, you're right. Automatically fails those saves. Okay, yeah, okay.
So I'll just do a little sacred flame on that stunned guy, the one that's still up.
Okay.
Because that is a dex, and so you'll just automatically fail it.
You throw some fire, doing 20 points of damage. Putting him to badly wounded.
Yep. And as a bonus action, I'll do... a 2nd level healing word on myself, just like, I'm okay, I'm okay.
Alright, so that is it for Anvir. Nasira.
Is muted.
So okay, one of them disappeared and the other's still alive, so I guess I'll hop over here and punch this guy.
Alright, so you dance around them as they are trying to recover from your stun. 20 will strike with the first hit, doing 12 points. The creature is still up, but badly wounded. 23 will strike again, and that will bring him down. I assume, are you going to spare any of these guys, or are you just killing them?
Yeah, bonus action, I'd kick him again.
Alright.
Yeah,
so,
Mind Flayers, I don't think we're taking prisoners.
So the Mind Flayers have been defeated. They lie in a bloody mess on the ground. Unfortunately, that one did something to flee the area.
Could I do an Arcana check to see if I could take a guess on what it was?
Sure, DC 17. I'm not sure.
Kidding me.
But so far, he hasn't shown back up to attack you. He could be hiding somewhere. what do you want to do?
Like,
I'm gonna pick up my lantern.
Alright, so you reclaim the lantern.
Do we want to see if they took anything or touched anything in the library? Because that's where the mind flayers came from.
Yeah.
I guess I would quickly gather up the essence from the mind flayers.
Alright, so from the 2 fallen mind flayers. So that would be, and you have Arcana, right?
Yep.
So that'd be 80 Maho of Mind Flayer Essence, challenge rating 7.
Alright, I would hand that off to LJ.
In the bag.
Alright, so you put it with the other essence.
Is it normal mind flayer?
Yeah, these 2 were normal Mind Flayer.
Ironically, our first normal mind flayers in a fight.
And you said it was how much? 80?
Yeah, 80.
Do I get
Dosha-
anything?
Huh?
Anything more for? Is there anything more for alchemy or just Arcana?
That would be it. However, they also have some stuff on them as well.
Ooh.
One of them would have a wand.
Pell would kill.
Hmm?
A wand of power.
Chicken.
Oh,
Yeah,
power
yeah.
would kill. I see. No, you're pretty sure it's not power word kill.
Shit, I don't even think LJ would know what Pell would kill is.
Like,
Okay. Here, I'll put
So
this
probably-
stuff in chat. So, is anyone taking the wand?
like I could hold on to it to identify later. See if it's got any. If it's more than just a focus.
Alright, so you
You know-
take the wand.
I just also remembered we have that really weird dagger we need to identify at some point, or like we wanted to do legend lore or something on at some point.
He would also have a scroll on him, that guy.
I would.
Uh,
Can I read the scroll or is it?
Yeah, the scroll is in common.
Okay.
You don't
that can
think
be a fun spell.
you don't think he wrote it. He may have stolen it or had someone or something else create it for him.
Oh, that's a fun one.
The other guy also doesn't have a wand, but has a couple of spells on him. Again, a couple of scrolls.
Heck yeah,
Oh,
that one's funny.
So yeah,
Like-
3 scrolls altogether on them.
Teleportations circle. Seeing that spell scroll, could I like do an investigation, see if I can find like a sigil or anything that might link to a teleportation circle?
Well,
If
this
they-
group has seen at least one back in your original city, in that guy's bar. I'm not sure which other ones you found.
I think you've said that because, like, apparently he got to pick 2 when he got the spell. I think you've said we have one in the Dwarven Empire as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
do you have the spell already?
Yeah, I have the spell, and when I took it, you said that I got the.
Yeah, you get a
Location of
couple. You get a couple by default. Having the scroll doesn't give you more. This just gives you a free casting of it.
I was just asking, like, if he had the teleportation circle, if he had like a sigil or one.
No, this guy doesn't seem to have a spell book on him. Maybe he has, or maybe they had it somewhere else. Because usually that's where you would record your teleportation circle images.
But I will hold on to that because that is really good to have. on just a free casting of that.
Alright, so what do you want to do? Things are
Uh,
quiet
Please.
now. Dosha would say, it was close. I'm glad you all are okay. These creatures are so dangerous. He kind of pats Anvir.
Anvir looked really bloody at the end of that fight. That's when he started healing himself.
Bleeding out his eyes and ears from all the psychic damage.
I'm used to being locked in dark places, but that one was pretty bad.
What the fuck was your childhood?
Oh, part of my temple is meditating in a room of complete darkness.
Not bad darkness. Not magical, crazy darkness.
Yeah, not darkness like that.
You know, we used to do that to torture people. What the fuck?
That's how we help develop our night vision skills.
Okay.
By getting closer.
So things are quiet for the time being.
I think we said check the library. You know what? I'm actually going to... Let's go into the library, and hopefully there's nothing there.
Alright,
And then I might do a
so,
quick prayer of healing for us, because that takes 10 minutes.
alright, so you head south into the library. I'll just quickly say it seems like nothing has changed here. You're guessing that these illithids were searching around for something, as their tracks and signs of passage seem like they're moving through this area. Yeah, like looking around.
Probably after whatever Podrick's took.
Alright, so what do you want to do? But yeah,
we wanna-
nothing else seems to have changed in there.
Do we want to just quickly maybe bunker in the library for like 10 minutes, and I'll do a quick prayer of healing for everybody?
Alright. I'm gonna use my Pearl Power to get a 3rd level back.
Okay.
I didn't want to interrupt you before, Lou, but I also used Harness Divine Power to get a 3rd level back.
Yeah, that's fine. So you all channel those to regain spell power and attempt to pass 10 minutes. So let me see how that goes.
Oh boy.
Let's see. So it's about 12:40 when you start meditating. Yeah, time passes, no issue. It's now 12:50. Go ahead and cast your prayer of healing.
I'll do it at 3rd as well, just for the extra D8.
Okay. So everyone gains 14 health. HP. Things are still quiet. Yeah, maybe there weren't any other mind flayers here. Who knows?
Alday, I will hand off the scroll Phantom Steed and Hallucinatory Terrain to you to put in the bag for now.
Into the bag it goes.
I will, like, put my, just, like, holster my staff on the back, and I'll actually carry the lantern for a bit.
Alright, so I'll mark yourself as a light source, and I'll give you lantern. There you go.
While he was casting his prayer of healing, could I have been doing identify ritual on the wand?
It would be too late now, because the time has passed. You can try to pass another 10 minutes, though.
Is everyone okay with
I
that?
don't mind.
Alright, so you attempt another 10. It would pass without issue. So it is now 1. And what are you identifying? You said the wand?
Wand.
So the wand Sure. I think you have one of these already.
Is that a war mage?
It is a wand of the War Mage, +1.
Alright. I'll put that in the bag. Can use that for trading or something.
Oh, I forgot it gives you like a semi-sharpshooter feat with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Alright, so go ahead and put that in the bag of holding then.
I'm doing that as we speak.
What do you want
Like,
to do?
Nasir, do you want me to identify your dagger while we're taking the time?
You did.
Silence.
She clutches it possessively. No, I'm fine.
Are you sure? It could have some added benefits that we're not aware of.
She kind of hesitantly pulls it out, but she holds it in a way like it seems like she's not going to actually let go of it while she allows you to touch it.
I don't suppose like she needs to let go of it for me to do this.
No, you can touch it while she's holding it to do your ritual.
Okay, so
That
this
was-
is the first time we've actually been able to do something like this. This seems weird for Nasira, yeah?
Like Eldon's gonna give her an odd look,
Um,
but he's gonna start
you
doing the
can
ritual.
make active insights. I'll say DC 15.
She's looking at you suspiciously and like watching you very closely as you do your chanting.
Alright. Yeah, it seems a little bit odd at this point on Veer. Like the dagger might be compelling her in some way.
Alright. If everyone's okay with it, I'll start ritually casting Identify on the dagger.
Alright.
Go ahead.
So another 10 minutes pass
So
quietly.
he willingly touches something that is making Nasira act funny. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think I have to touch it. I just think I have to like.
I'm pretty sure you do.
For identify.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Luckily,
Maybe?
I'm
I
already.
don't know. What does the spell say?
Just about to link it.
You must touch throughout the casting. So yeah, you'd have like
Oh,
a
yeah.
finger on it. So you think this is an intelligent magical item that has an unknown property and is a cursed item.
Yep, that sounds about right.
So I do know. So I do know that it's cursed, but it doesn't. I don't know the nature of it.
Well, beyond being cursed, it has an unknown property that
Oh.
Identify doesn't reveal, which is kind of strange. That would usually mean it's a fairly powerful magical item, or someone specifically used magic to obfuscate the ability, which is much more likely, because generally you need like artifact levels of power to just not be able to identify. But there is something else going on. Oh, and it's intelligent.
So not necessarily sentient, but intelligent. I don't know.
That's
Like,
what that is sentient. Like it's a sentient
okay,
item.
I wasn't sure.
It's like Eldon will try not to like make a reaction or anything. It's just like it just seems to be a simple enchanted dagger.
With your charisma, I definitely don't believe you.
Oh no, you wouldn't at all. But like,
Yeah,
he'll
Nasira probably would think that you're not telling her everything with her natural 19. I mean, you can roll a bluff, I guess, or deception. This isn't third.
The highest he can roll, I think, is 19.
Oh, so never mind. Yeah, Nasira would know that you're not telling her everything.
That's
Yeah.
right, isn't it, Elwyn? The highest you could roll is 19, right?
kind of-
deception.
I kind of sneer a little bit and put it away very protectively.
The highest I can roll is a 24 actually for
Oh.
deception.
Oh, you have proficiency in
So
deception.
go
I didn't
ahead
know that.
and give me a check. Oh, so
Oh.
Nasira would have to roll to possibly see if she knows.
Yeah,
I know.
LJ believes everything that Eldrin's saying with his pen.
That seems legit. So yeah, Nasira.
I don't think she's actually that concerned with what he might be keeping from her. Like she already used it in combat, so she's already kind of surmised that it doesn't like do any extra damage, and she's pretty much intent on keeping it without any need for it to be special for her to do so.
Yeah. Well, you might not think he's lying with that 14. So
Okay.
you might actually think he's just being honest. It's just a magical dagger.
I'll turn around, like turn my, like make sure that I'm facing away for Nasira, and I'll just like give a look to I'll just give a look to Anvir.
Me and him are just both locking eyes, like, I got you, brother, don't worry.
Yeah.
LJ is confused why you two are staring at each other.
Yeah, once we leave this place, I might be able to look into its properties a little more with one of my spells.
Uh,
But I think we want to deal with this place first, because it would drain me of a decently high magic.
yeah, I'm starting to get tapped as well.
Alrighty, let's see if there's...
So you said there wasn't. It didn't really seem like much was changed in the library.
No. Like I said, it looks like it's pretty much the same. Nasira sent you a note.
That's a great sign.
What the fuck? Oh no, I'm curious.
It started talking to her now. No, I'm kidding.
It might have.
Maybe. That's the
Might
problem.
have.
Alright, well,
Are we gonna
what
have
you guys
another
doing?
anchor?
Start walking towards our little portally thing.
Yeah.
Alright. So you move
Why am I going first?
up to the
That's a great question.
Oh, because I have the lantern up.
yeah, you
Yeah.
move up to the portal, which is not glowing currently. It's just like a stone wall.
Like,
Yeah.
LJ, do you want to watch our backs? Because as we've learned, that can change in a second.
Who has the
Which-
rings?
Hmm?
Who has the rings that activate this thing?
That's a. They were like.
I think
Those
they're
are over
still
in the-
there. I don't know if anyone took them.
I thought they were like in the Eldritch Mass. I'm pretty sure we did take them.
They were on the tendrils, but I don't remember anyone actually taking them, unless someone did. Well, do you have them in your inventory? If not, I'm going to assume they're still in there, or something else took them. Because there were 10 of them, I believe, or it might have been 8.
Oh.
I have to check my notes.
I only remember 3.
Let's see.
We will all say, which way do you want me to watch? There's two ways that come. Way we just came, or the way that the Elder Blade was?
There were 10 rings, but 3 locations.
Okay, that's why I thought there were 3.
Yeah.
LJ, are they in the bag, or does anyone have them in their inventory? Because I thought we did.
No, they're
Yeah.
not in the bag.
I don't remember
we
anyone
didn't-
taking them. I think you left
Yeah,
them
I don't-
on the tendrils.
Yeah, I think we left them because we weren't. 'Cause we were planning on coming back and we weren't sure about them.
So hopefully they're still there. None of the mind
Oh,
flayers
that's-
had them.
Does it look like that the Mind Flayers came this far in, or had they just been by the library so far?
Yeah, you see footsteps suggesting that mind flayers had been moving through this area. So far it seems quiet. If there are more mind flayers, you don't hear them.
I don't know if you two want to maybe follow us. We're heading to where the Elder Brain was.
Is Nasira here? She may have stepped away for a moment. Actually, why don't we do a break since we're over halfway? Let's do 10
Okay.
minutes.
Okay.
Nasira, are you here? Alright, yeah, I'll check in with her in 10.
Yeah, I am. Sorry.
Oh,
Did you see
Feeling-
the message I sent you?
Hang on. I told you about my dog. Dealing with
Oh, no worries.
Papa, okay?
Okay, yes, I see your message. Oh, yeah, I told Lou about it in one of the other groups. My husband's dog has had surgery twice in the past few
Aw.
months. One of them just over a week ago. There's an issue with a wound that won't heal. Like the body's natural granulation isn't working. It's some sort of bacteria that got into a cyst he ruptured. So anyway, we basically had the poor thing in a cone and bandaged up for like 4 months, and I'm basically re-bandaging him like twice a day, and that's what I was.
Poor Bubba.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
We're just taking a 10.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
be back.
All right.
Yeah, no, poor Bubba. I remember when my old girl went to surgery.
Well, and the worst part about it is like, well, I mean, it's not the worst part, but like this dog, I mean, he's not young. He's probably around 12. He's a pound puppy, so we don't actually know his age. But
What breed? Just mutt or?
He's a dachshund mix. But he's like healthy and active and happy in all other ways. You know what I mean? Like if this was a dog with a terminal illness, then I'd be paying for like pain meds and like things to make his life happy, but I wouldn't be paying for like surgeries that are going to be really hard on him and give him maybe a month more or something. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
when it's active and healthy, and it's just okay, there's a wound on his flank that won't close. Like it seems like okay, yeah, it's a really scary looking wound, and and it's really troubling how long it's been going on, but also he's a happy, healthy little boy, and it's just a wound on his flank. You know what I mean? So it's like one of those, it's such a weird dilemma trying to figure out like what care to give him and stuff. And the doctors have been baffled. I mean, I have a lot of faith in my vet. It's not, we did seek other opinions just because this is such a weird case. In fact, he encouraged us to. But I've been going to him for more than 20 years, and he's been practicing for 35 years. And he's like, I've never seen anything like this,
Sounds
It's
like
all-
it might be a issue with the replication of cells.
Well, no, I have the diagnosis. So after the first surgery, so originally it was like a little bit of a soft lump that we had noticed on his flank, and we had actually called the vet and made an appointment to have it looked at. But our other dogs have gotten like fatty masses that never ended up being anything. So we weren't concerned. But the night before he was supposed to go see the vet, he chewed it open, and it drained some like fairly clear but a little bit bloody like liquid and stuff. So we're like, oh, it was like a cyst or something, and so we took him in the next day. They cleaned it and everything, and he hadn't like ruptured it too badly. He'd just kind of put some tooth holes in it. Antibiotics, they flushed it, and they put a cone on him. Well, he's part dachshund. He got around the cone because this is at the very far back end of his flank near his butt, so the cone wasn't long enough, and he got around it. And over the couple days after that, the cyst started kind of refilling. It kind of started swelling up again, and so he got around that cone and he ruptured it again. And that time he chewed a hole in himself, right?
Oh,
And so then when they took a better look, they were able to, obviously because there's now a hole in his side, they were able to get a much better look than they had the first time, and they determined that it was like a wide, flat cyst that had kind of been developing like on his side. And, with a large cyst like that, you have to get the whole like cyst sac out, or it's just going to keep coming back, right? So that was the first surgery, just to go in there, cut out that sac, sew him up so that, it could close up. Well, somewhere between that first rupture, through that second rupture, and that first surgery, and healing from that first surgery, he got some sort of infection. Now, we've all through this, he's been on various antibiotics and stuff, and we've been trying to keep the wound clean and everything. And we put a much bigger cone on him. So this poor dog has been stumbling around in a cone that he can't get, that he can barely walk in, that he can barely move in since May.
I can relate to cone troubles, let me tell you that. I have a
Yeah.
dog who's 40 kilos.
Oh,
A cone cannot survive him.
Wow. Yeah. So
It's
anyway,
not even like he's fat, he is just ripped.
yeah. So that they took that cyst sac out in the first surgery and they sent it off for pathology. Took us a little while to get that info back. And most of the sutures had, started to heal and were looking better by the time we got the pathology back. And nothing cancerous or anything, so that was good news. But the infection, it's something kind of like staph, I guess. It's kind of like a flesh-eating bacteria. It's its own thing though, but it's severe chronic nodular pyogranulomatous dermatitis panniculitis. That is the diagnosis.
That is a mouthful.
Yeah.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Right.
Good lord.
Yeah. But it's that, somewhere around when the first surgery wounds and sutures and everything were kind of mostly healed, 3/4 healed, they started opening again. And it just got worse and worse really rapidly. That was just around 4th of July, that was the holiday, the holiday weekend here in the US that we were like, oh my God, this is getting bad fast. It had been all this really gradual stuff for like 2.5 months at that point. Actually longer, 3 months. So, when it started getting really bad, really fast, like on that holiday weekend, we were scared. So like he went back in for the second surgery. And we tried to get in with some specialists, like some emergency vet hospitals in the area, but they're like, oh, we can see him on July 31st. And we're like, okay, this thing, got exponentially worse in 3 days. We cannot wait a month. So, so my vet tried a second surgery where they basically tried to just like go in and cut away as much of the like inflamed and infected flesh as possible just to try and get out the diseased part of the skin. And so that's the surgery that happened about a week and a half ago now. And it was looking really scary the first few days. But it is starting to look, it's still a horribly scary looking wound, but it's starting to be like looking healthy, inflamed pink instead of like kind of gray and scary, like it might be necrotic or something. I don't even know. It's so scary. And obviously we've had him back to the vet like 2 or 3 times a week throughout all of this.
I don't know why, but I know why. It's because I said supercalifragilisticexpialidocious in reaction to you saying a disorder. But did you know there is actually a disease called supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
No, what is it?
It's a strain of hepatitis where you can't generate bile.
What? Why hepatitis?
Google it. Google it.
I feel like scientists sometimes are like, they've been in the lab for 16 hours straight making a breakthrough and they're sleep deprived and that's their sense of humor. Like there are a number of examples of like scientific names being a joke. Like
they're scientists are huge nerds. There's like
I kind of find it endearing, honestly, but it's gotta be something like that where a nerd was just trying to be funny.
Like there's like apparently like I forget exactly what it is. I think it's a beetle. I think there's a beetle named after Sonic the Hedgehog, or
I believe it. I know I've heard ones before, but at the moment I can't come up with any. But I know there's examples out there.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, this dog that I'm caring for and bandaging constantly, he hates me. He doesn't like me at all.
well,
It reminds me of this video, this series where this chick is just like, reasons my husky is mad with me today. It's like, oh, my boyfriend didn't give him a walk. I existed.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure. So my husband was volunteering at the Pound for a little while, some years back. And we've had him like 10 years, so it's been a while. But this dog just kind of like picked him, which is honestly, my dog picked me. My current dog adores me.
Oh.
His dog likes him, But once he brought him home, he right from the start, he always reacted to me with some like, raised lips and some snarls, and there's been situations where like I'm not paying attention to where he is, like I roll over in bed and he happens to be sleeping like down near my husband's feet or something under the covers. That's where he likes to sleep. And if I roll over in my sleep and my foot gets too close to him, I get bit. I can startle him without meaning to. So I think I think he was abused or kicked, and I think there's something. I don't know if it's women or
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
like, I
about to
think there's
say.
something about me that reminds him of someone that harmed him. Is what we've just kind of assumed from the start.
Yeah, I was actually about to say it almost sounds like maybe he has some history with like females abusing him, which is weird.
Yeah.
So apparently, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 types of creatures named after Star Wars characters. Which
Not surprised.
2 for Chewbacca, which was a weevil and a moth. 2 for Darth Vader, which was a beetle and a wasp. There's an acorn worm named Yoda Papalot. How the fuck you say that? But there's a worm. There's a something.
You mean Palpatine?
No, there's an acorn worm named after Yoda.
Oh, I thought you said something else. I thought you said.
Um,
I think he was
There-
trying to say Yoda's last name, which is like whatever the hell it is.
Oh, I
No.
didn't know how to
I don't know, but there's a hermit crab named after someone from Star Wars. There is a sea slug named after Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones.
Who?
Daenerys.
Oh, Daenerys.
Targaryen. Not Targaron.
I don't fucking watch Game of Thrones. There is a sea snail named after Pikachu.
I know that one. I have
Knew that
seen
one.
it. It is adorable.
There's also one at the Battle Shock. There is 1, 2.
But we'll be here all day if we name every funny scientific name of an animal.
There's also 3 for Harry Potter. There is a flower named Superman. There is a cartoon. There is a crab named after The Simpsons and Futurama Trader. There is a fungus named after SpongeBob SquarePants. Fungiforma SquarePantsia.
Is everyone back?
By the way,
Yeah.
Andre, I just looked up and now on your where you write about the disease, which I it's not like I didn't believe you, but I just read an article about it, and not only is there a disease called supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, but it's a portmanteau of the actual like phrase or word where they etymologically broke down like that word so that each part actually related to the disease. Like
Yeah, it's funny as.
I'm reading this, I'm like, this is incredibly stupid. Who took the time to make sure this worked? Because it's like
Nerds.
every part, supercalifragilistic, expiali, and docious are all like Latin derivative like suffixes or derived words or stuff like that, which all can be used to describe aspects of the disease.
God.
Yeah, they're just nerds. It's okay.
It's incredible.
Fucking nerds, he says as he's playing D&D.
Yeah. Well, I'm a cool nerd, so it's different.
Yeah, it's making money off of it.
They make money off of science.
Yeah, but not all being nerd.
Being a scientist is being a nerd.
I would argue, yeah.
I mean, that's why they all compete for like the research grants or for the places at universities that have like big research departments, and because they need, funding in order for that to be their livelihood and for them to, make
Just,
progress in their research.
Instead of being into D&D rules and lore, they're into sciencey nerd stuff, which is silly, but whatever.
And we all benefit from it.
Yeah, they just rules lawyer real life.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, everyone's back, so we might as well.
What-
Hurry up.
Sorry. I think normally she might act with some suspicion, but then I'm not sure whether she would in this case or not. Like, would there be any? I don't know. Would she? I out of character can assume what this is, but I assume she does not know.
Probably not, unless she has like Arcana.
Okay.
But yeah, what do you all want to do?
We were heading to see if the rings were still on the tentacles, I think.
Okay.
And I've got the lantern of revealing burning at the moment.
Alright, so yeah, this area still seems clear. You don't see any creatures in this hallway, as far as you can tell. And yeah, at the end of the hall, you would see the lair, although it looks like something has happened to the tendrils. They seem very withered, almost as if some kind of necrotic energy burned them.
Mr. DM,
Yeah.
I am going to open up my mind and do a Divine Sense.
Okay. So you only see your allies right now.
It's a very small radius on that, don't forget, yeah.
Yeah.
And it lasts one round.
So
Oh, yeah.
None of your allies seem like they are outsiders or demons or undead or anything.
And it's... God, 6 feet is not big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very much the thing you do of, like, you walk into a room, there's a bunch of skeletons.
But yeah. Just making sure.
If the Elder Brain room looks clear, do we want to check out the other way that the loot and Podrix were earlier?
Oh, that is actually an interesting point of Divine Sense, though. It also detects places or objects that have been consecrated or desecrated.
This place hasn't been consecrated or desecrated,
Yeah.
as far as you can tell.
Oh, yeah, just an interesting fact I didn't know about it.
Nope. I had no idea either.
Anyway, let's go check out these tentacles.
Alright, so you continue down the hall. And as I said, when you get to the Elder Brain room, it seems like the tendrils have all been very withered.
You two coming?
Arcana or nature might tell you more here.
No religion.
No.
All good.
So, it looks like necrotic damage, but you would guess that something may have drained energy from these dead tendrils. Possibly the mind flayers or something else that was in this area after you guys left. Also, you would now see underneath the tendrils, which was hidden before somehow, is a circle of teleportation.
Oh,
Well,
well, this is where the scroll probably goes to.
cool. I don't know what it is.
I will go ahead and start. Like, if everyone's okay, I'll start like inscribing the circle in my.
Maybe we should try and break it.
Oh, and you would see the rings are still there. They were left behind. The 10 golden rings with the symbols on them.
Since I'm gonna have to read this spell. Does the teleportation circle allow you to travel across dimensions? I don't think.
I think it's only within the plane you're in.
That's what I think.
Yeah, it still might be worth getting rid of, though, so mind flayers that know of this just can't teleport here.
Sure. I don't know the spell. Like, I don't know the spell, so I don't know how much I could do about this, but how much do I know about plane shift since I can cast spells of that level now?
I think you may have rolled for plane shift already.
Oh, did I? Oh, right, to identify what spell.
But you can make an Arcana check to see if you know anything about plane shift. It would be 17. Nope.
I don't know.
Should make sense.
The rolls are so flipped, like
You
up
know
and
the spell
real.
exists. You don't know much about it, though.
Yeah. Like the thing is, like I don't know much about plane shifting right now. I'd have to research it, but I think with the ability of plane shift, there's like they can pretty much come here whenever they want. I don't think the circles. Though
Yeah, but
the circle certainly would be valuable to them. Like we can still, for now I'll copy it down, because if we, in case it does become useful, if we don't decide to destroy it, like it loses nothing to copy it.
Alright, so you copy it down and add it to your collection of circle of teleportations.
Alright.
What else do
Right.
you want to do?
so which place did we want to try and check first? I think it was the prison, because the other options were like the fortress or the astral sea.
Yeah.
Oops.
Something like that.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I hate whispering in in roll 20. I always fuck up.
I saw nothing.
Alright, so
Too
you
bad.
want to activate the rings to go to the prison, it sounds like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Alright. And from what you remember, it sounds like these mind flayers came from the fortress, if you remember that.
Yeah.
Part of the reason I don't want to go there.
Maybe we'll find some, I don't know,
Could find allies.
more intel or more goodies to help us with the fortress. I don't know. I don't know that I really have a good reason. Let's just start with somewhere.
Loot is our reason.
Well, honestly, I don't know if the dungeon's gonna have the most loot, but I could try.
Could have the prisoner stuff.
Maybe, yeah. I think I might bandage myself. Does anyone else need?
Leo raises the hand.
I will take one.
Yeah, I'll take one. So we'll probably be resting after the next fight anyway.
Alright, so you're taking, did you say you're taking a rest?
No, just like a couple minutes for Nasira to do some bandaging. Not even a couple minutes, but
Alright,
like
and
a
I'll
minute.
go, right.
so Nasira hands out some healing.
I'm also gonna get out another healer's kit. What am I down to?
3.
Oh no, but I have full kit.
Useless. Sorry.
Yeah. This I've only got 2 left. All right, so I'm gonna move one of my unopened kits over, so I'm carrying 13 on my belt, and I've only
need
got
to
one
make
more
that-
kit.
Might need to make that trip to Revan's Pass soon.
Yeah. All right, so everyone, make sure you add your healing.
I'm better. Better than I was.
How big are these rings, by the way? Like, because you say rings, and I imagine finger rings, but then I remember giant tentacles.
I was thinking of like
They're more like
Stargate.
bracelets.
It was a teleporter.
Okay, so more like bracelet size. Okay, so not like huge.
No, about the size of a wrist.
This time, let's put them in the bag.
In the bag it goes.
Alright.
Or the bag, or
Do you want to try to activate the prison before you put them away?
Oh yes.
Yeah, because the other rings might be important for its function.
What do I write down for the bag?
Hold off for now.
So you would probably hear some sort of magical device coming to life elsewhere in this temple as you position the rings correctly. And you realize that you might actually have to leave them here because moving them might disrupt the connection.
Fair.
So it seems like this creature had to kind of put his tendrils in place to complete the magic.
Like, let's be very careful because if that portal closes behind us, I don't know of a way to get us back.
Alright, so you head back to the portal.
Yeah, assuming it's the one down at the end of the hallway.
And when you go back there, it would indeed be active. Glowing as shown with a reddish color. You can't see through it. It's just kind of a circular, magical glow.
Do you want me to go first?
If only we had Romsey.
Wait a second. Don't we have an owl?
We do have an owl. The owl, so. That's right. I was going to do this before, but it wasn't open. So yeah, I will send out Lareth.
It's kind of a cruel test, but it'll let us know if we can turn around and come back.
Yeah, if this the owl's not happy for me from getting it blown up earlier.
Which time?
That is a great point.
I mean, that's why Romsey was just mad from the beginning. Then we could do whatever we wanted with her, and it didn't change.
Alright, so you're sending your owl through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guess I can bring out her token.
Okay. So she is gonna go flying through, and you're, I assume, looking through her eyes.
Yeah.
Give me one moment. Alright, so your owl is, I assume, in the resources. Labyrinth, you said?
Yeah. Oh, there she is.
Okay.
I was blind and I couldn't find it for a second.
Alright, so she goes flying through. Is there a way we can just move your map? I think there is. Did it change for all of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's black.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah.
How do I do this? Sorry, give me one moment. I have to... Oh, can I do this? Alright, did it just change for you, Eldwin?
Change for me.
Okay.
We're good.
So you guys should still be on the other map.
Correct.
Yep.
Alright. So as you fly through, you would see a bunch of stuff. Some sort of large open area, kind of filled with bones. And on the other side of it, a figure is sitting on a kind of luxurious couch looking kind of bored. Looks like this.
Oh, oh,
Uh,
oh.
I think we've misconstrued this as going to a prison and more opening the door to a cell.
it looks up towards the owl and says, fascinating. And who might you be?
I was just on the other side, I was like, close it, close it, close it, close it, close it.
He says that, on people start running to those rings to try and shut the portal if he's just going, close it, close it, close it.
Alright,
I will dismiss Lareth.
If Nasira goes, she would probably make it there before you.
Yeah, true.
I don't know if I know what to do with magical stuff.
alright. So you run over there. And
You watch as Nasira just bolt past him and it's like, yeah, I'll just leave that.
yeah.
Well, to be fair, she is right. She probably wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah,
So-
like I
Neither would
started
I.
running because I knew she could get there fast, but as I was doing it, I was like, I don't know if she knows what to do.
So Eldwin, it took you back to the normal map, right?
Yep,
Alright.
I'm back.
So yeah, you run over there and I guess move the rings, you would assume. And as you do, this portal here just kind of winks out.
Okay, yeah, if I watched them set them precisely, then I would just try to disrupt the pattern, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Just kick one of them.
You're not sure if whatever it is tried to come through, or even could come through, but the portal is closed now.
I was saying at that portal for anything to happen.
I will, then describe the scene that I saw when I entered.
I have to use the restroom really quick. Why don't you go ahead and describe it to them since they couldn't see it? I'll be right back.
Alright. It's like, well, first off, it was a wide open space, with and the portal appeared in like the center of the room. It seemed like there were bones strewn all over the room. Like I couldn't, I didn't have the time or take the time to identify what exactly those bones were. But it's like to one side in like the corner of the room, like lounging casually, was this terrifying creature. He was he sat almost like he was a king of death or something along that line. He had 3 skeletal heads.
Huh? The fuck?
I'm not entirely sure if prison is the prison circle.
Sounds like it's for a cell.
Yeah, that might be more accurate.
So you
Like
think that this might be a creature the Mind Flayers were keeping captive?
Maybe. Definitely. It was definitely a creature of some
Alright, I'm back.
nature of undeath. So it might have been what corrupted the mind flayer that was here. Maybe.
Does what he's describing sound like any creature I've ever fucking heard of? Because it sounds kind of undeady. That's the only reason I ask.
You can make a religion check, DC 25.
Oh fuck! Can you even make?
Yeah, I have a +7 to religion.
Can I try and make that check as well? Since I'm
Your
trained?
religion, yeah.
Like you're trained? Okay.
Hey!
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
So it sounds like something called a Skull Lord, which is sort of an undead magic using creature that specializes in necromancy, almost like a lich.
Well, that doesn't sound terrifying at all.
But they are known for their ability to control vast amounts of undead, usually skeletons.
It's
So,
like, oh,
probably some kind of evil creature.
I would think, though, would skeletons not be rather effective? This is in character. Would skeletons be effective soldiers against mind flayers, since they do not carry fresh, living brains to consume or to infiltrate? Perhaps this could be, an enemy of the mind flayers. I know
Even-
nothing about this creature. I just wondered why he might be there.
sometimes the phrase, sometimes the enemy of your enemy is also your enemy.
Very wise. I was merely pondering.
Like, he seemed more, like, when Lareth came through, he seemed more curious and intrigued than hostile. But he probably doesn't get much change in scenery.
Yeah, also, the thought has just occurred. Creature that's known for controlling mass amounts of undead in a room full of bones.
Oh yeah, I thought of that too. Like, we go in there, we fight him and all of those bones, probably multiple times.
Like, I can screw up some skeletons, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, that's true. You can.
But
Like that room is incredibly dangerous.
I'm so tempted to go in there though.
Like, if we we are very powerful, but if we wanted to even think about trying our metal against this bone lord, we would have to be at full strength.
Anvir,
Yeah.
do you not have some method of projecting yourself? Do I misremember where you might have a conversation with something without actually being there?
I do. It is a decently powerful spell though. So I could do it.
Just
And it exists on another plane?
It doesn't have a limit on how far it can go, I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check, but
yes, I
the
did
only
not
thing
know.
is it is an illusion, so I don't know if it could go through the portal.
Hmm. I was merely thinking out loud, so to speak. Perhaps we should take a look in the other portals before we decide which one seems the most dangerous or lucrative or exciting.
Do we want to do the fortress or the like? I guess Astral Sea just to see where it takes, where it pops out, maybe.
Can we
Just poke our head through, and the Elder Brain's on the other side. Like,
Yeah,
pass a rope to whomever goes through first and pull them back.
oh, it's going to be Lareth. What do you mean?
I was about to say, like, I could, like, I dismiss Lareth, so I can just resummon her
Okay.
just now. And in fact, I'll just do that now and bring her back.
Alright, so you pop back in your owl familiar.
I will, like, actually, before we do another one, I'm gonna set up the bond so that I can like better communicate with everyone
Oh, and I guess since we're a smaller group at the moment, you can include Lareth, right? Or I guess you already have a telepathic bond with her, huh?
Yeah, but I couldn't. Wouldn't hurt to include. Can I even like? Is there?
Never
any
mind. I
tele-
don't know if it matters. Yeah, since you have the connection with her already.
What's that owl's?
Alright,
I just started looking it up for you.
So you're going to do a 10-minute
Yeah, it
telepathic
doesn't
bond.
Yep.
All right. So passing some time.
Yeah, Larry's too stupid for it.
Yeah.
All right. It is now 1:25, and you have your telepathic bond.
Yeah. Romty. It worked on Romty because Romty was a closet. So it's like, let's have someone sit by the rings now to quickly close it if we need to.
That's valid. Maybe I should also set up the hut.
Do you want me at the portal or Nasira at the rings?
Well, that's
Well,
the same thing.
Yeah. You want
But
Nasira by the portal or by the rings, and me vice versa?
I can probably get to the portal the fastest of all of you. If you're
The
there
portal or
guarding
the
it.
rings?
What's that?
You said portal.
Well, no. If I stand by the rings, then I could manipulate them quickly if needed. And if something comes through the portal, you will be there to greet it, and I will get to you faster than you would get to us if you were the one. At the
True.
ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will stand in front of them.
Is it just a simple thing to turn on and off?
Sorry, I actually should have mentioned. You said you didn't try to have the owl come back through the portal, right? You just dismissed it.
Yeah, I just dismissed it.
Okay, I just want to double check that.
Oh gosh.
I don't like that.
Well, it was probably like something coming through the portal might have let him. Like, it might not have been allowed to come through the portal, or it might have left a hole or something.
Or the portal's
Anyway.
not one way.
Yeah,
Although
maybe.
we've seen stuff come out of this portal, but we don't know where they came
But
from.
that specific one might have been one way.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll pop Lareth back here.
All right.
Unless it turns out she's trapped over there.
Well,
Oh no.
does she? How does that work?
I
I thought you could. I thought if she. Could you even poop her way over there? I thought you had to be within a certain distance. Or am I misremembering?
Oh, I think I can only share.
As an action, you can temporarily dismiss your familiar. It disappears into a pocket dimension where it awaits your summons.
Yep.
Alternately, you can dismiss it forever.
Hang on, where is that?
I think the only limit is how far you can actually talk to it.
Yeah, like how far I can communicate. I believe is the only restriction.
Yeah, it's near the bottom.
Okay. Yeah, so you could re-summon it here. Just be within 30 feet of you. Alright, anything else? Or I should say, what are you doing next?
I will say, Andre, you might want to step back a bit.
I was
just in
actually
case.
thinking maybe I should set up the hut as an extra layer of precaution.
You know, that's a good idea.
Sarah, come over here. You have to be inside when I cast it.
As Andre probably said that too well. Hey, Nasira!
I
We have the
have
mental.
ears.
Yeah, but isn't it only 30 feet?
So...
It's what?
The link.
No, the
No.
telepathic wand is
Some miles.
further. Yeah.
Oh.
So So another 10 minutes would pass, no issues. Go ahead and summon your hut where you're going to put it. It's 10-foot radius.
Is it okay with it clipping walls? Otherwise, I'll do it a bit higher up.
Yeah, just that part of the hut would just be, stuck in the wall.
That's fine, though. Yeah, I just have it here.
Just decreases the area you have your hut. Alright, so the hut is summoned.
And then I think Eldwin just said he'd be right back, so. Okay, I'll have to wait for him to send Lara through, but I don't know. Astral Sea somehow seems like it will be less immediately dangerous on the exact opposite side, which sounds weird to say.
I know. So probably should deal with the see what's in the Astral Sea first, and then deal with the prison. I mean, not the prison, the fortress.
I mean, the word sea makes it sound like it might be a extraordinarily large place that would not be explored quickly.
I think we're mainly working for the immediate threat
Yes.
more than anything.
Did any of you roll to know what the Astral Sea even was?
I was just actually about to ask, do we even know what it is? Like I can imagine us maybe being aware it exists, even if we don't know what it is.
Eldwin
But we even know
roll-
that.
Didn't Eldwin roll a really good knowledge check on mind flayers, and aren't they from the Astral Sea or the Astral Plane or something?
Yeah,
So,
but
I'm not saying we necessarily know a lot about the plane, but I feel like that might have meant that we'd heard of it or something. But I'm not
Yeah, I think we heard of it. We just don't know what's in it besides Sea of Astral.
Yeah, I think
might
you already made a roll on it.
Eldwin, do you remember if you made a roll about the Astral Sea or not? You just came back, I saw.
Well, you can make another roll. DC would be 20. You might want to write in notes if you make it that you know about the Astral Sea. Just so we remember what you know about what you don't.
Andre got it.
I wouldn't be able to really do that on the idea of knowledge.
That's fucking got it.
Are you there, Eldwin?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted.
You
Was
can
it
do
an
guidance,
Arcana?
that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure, because sometimes with those, impromptu things, it's a bit,
Yeah, but this is more of a. We probably have time to think about it.
Think, Eldwin, think!
And you said it was an Arcana?
Yeah, Arcana with a D4.
Let me guide the electrons of your
Alright.
brain.
So yeah, you know a bit about the Astral Sea. Not a ton, but you know it is an outer plane that sort of exists between a bunch of other planes. It's a starry area that, the Mind Flayers have a large presence there, as well as several other races. It can be extremely dangerous, just because of all the strange creatures that exist there, and it is vast and expansive. As I said, it exists between many different worlds. Usually it's used as a way to move from one world to another, because there's a lot of doorways and gates that connect different worlds in the Astral Sea.
Just out of curiosity, would I know about with that role? Would I know about Spelljammers or?
You probably wouldn't know specifically about. You'd know about planeswalking. You probably wouldn't know about Spelljammers in particular.
Okay. Just wondering. It's a very odd place. It's I can definitely say that it's almost endless as well. As much as you can define space between planes.
Dosha just looks very confused.
Onvia just looks so much like he wants to go there the second you said a plane full of stars.
Leo face is what the fuck did you say? Very confused.
Like there are many creatures in that. Like the plane is very dangerous because there's many beings that reside there that just that are hard to comprehend for a mortal mind. In that plane, something like a mind flayer or an elder brain is considered normal.
The fuck? Oh, so I want to go there now, see what I can fight.
I don't know. Astral Sea seems like a place we would never really want to go. Olivia says really wanting to go and look at stars.
Yeah, I don't relish the idea of an entire plane of these creatures, considering how effectively they have arrested the minds of most of our company.
With that roll, we know what happens. Do we know what happens like with the whole bag of holding and bag of holding type of thing?
Well, you know that when that happens, that your stuff is usually dumped out there somewhere.
Yeah, like I'll include that. Like fun fact: if something ever happened to our bag of holding, that's probably where all our stuff will end up.
Dumb question. But it's me. What happens if you put a bag of holding inside of a bag of holding?
Never do it.
I have been told it is the worst thing you can do. I have no understanding of what it does there.
It's like I'm assuming I know this now since we have one, and
Yeah, you would know exactly what I said, that it would rupture and cause everything to get sucked into the astral plane within 10 feet of it.
like I'll basically explain it. It's like if you did that, if you stick a bag of holding into another bag of holding or any other pocket space that works similar to it, it will cause a rupture in the fabric of reality, which will create a portal that will instantly suck anything within 10 feet of it into a random place on the astral sea.
So,
according
With the intelligence.
According to the rumors and knowledge of those that have seen it, no one has been able to, no one within 10 feet has been able to avoid getting sucked in.
So, you told me that I have a bomb strapped around my chest.
That you would never return from, probably, most likely.
LJ kindly sets down the bag of holding and walks away from it.
You'll be fine as long as you don't stick it into another one, it's very hard to do on accident. You're not gonna trip and fall and end up in another bag of holding, probably.
I just thought of the funniest trap you could ever play on, do. If you know someone has a bag of holding and you have a portable hole, and then you use hallucinatory terrain.
You said that.
No,
that's just me. Sorry.
Shira has the bag of holding now. If you want to delete it from your inventory.
Yeah. The moment you started, after LJ set it down, he left already. He didn't catch anything else you said.
Well, what say you? Should we investigate this fort or this giant plane of stars and horrible creatures?
I say we know what we're getting ourselves into with the fort. Might as well pop our head into the astral plane.
Well, maybe we should just take the rings from this place and leave these gates sealed. It seems dangerous.
See, that would be the smart thing to do, Dosha, but that wouldn't be the fun thing to do.
Dosha, you've known us long enough to know we don't do the smart thing here.
Dosha looks concerned.
No, I do agree, Doge. I don't think we pushed this too far, but we did make a deal with Varkin to try and find some magical items, so I think we need to explore a little bit. Not the Astral Sea, though. I think we scratched that one off the list.
Alright, so what are you doing?
The fort.
Alright, so
Do we
you
wanna-
would arrange the rings to open the gate for the fort? Is that what the group's doing?
I thought we were doing the C.
The sea?
No, I don't know. Either one.
Alright, so I don't know. I guess I'll go with Eldwin. He said the sea, unless anyone's going to really object. So yeah, once again, the portal begins glowing. Although this time it is glowing white instead of red.
What color was it glowing when things were popping out of it at us?
Back then, it was glowing. I want to say purple.
Okay.
That was the fort. Unless there's a mysterious fourth option. Alright, I will send Lareth flying through.
All right. So she goes flying through.
One of you is really jealous. He wants to see stars.
And as you come through on the other side, you would see like a vast, almost like a wasteland-looking area, where lots of those. Well, you'd probably see 4 or 5 of those vampiric mind flayers are just sort of wandering aimlessly. In the distance, past them, is what looks like some sort of floating boat, which seems to be tied up to a dock and is just kind of sitting there. As far as you can tell, no one's on the boat. And beyond that is just stars everywhere.
Can I, through the telepathic wand, can I, like, is it just words I can communicate, or can I get, like, give pictures, or?
It would just be words, I believe.
Alright, well, anyway, I'll try and describe what I'm saying. I will send Lareth stealthily, or as stealthily as I can, to fly up to the ship. That seems a thing of note.
Give me a active perception for both you and her. See what you notice as you're flying around.
Well, she's better at that than me.
She also has advantage, doesn't she?
She does not. Oh no, she
Alice
does.
has advantage on
She does.
perception.
I was looking at the wrong thing.
All right.
It
give
doesn't
me
do
one
much good
for
here.
You as well.
Yep. Where's perception? There it is.
All right. So off to the side, you would see there are a couple more of these mind flayer vampiric creatures in front of what looks like some sort of tunnel going down into like a deeper area of this little dirt island. Give me a stealth check, though. As you said, you're flying towards the boat, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So.
Did you roll perception for Lareth as well?
They're whispered.
Okay.
So she flies up pretty high, trying to stay out of the view of these vampiric creatures. Luckily, none of them seem to notice her. As she gets closer, yeah, there's this large floating skiff that, yeah, looks like it has the ability to fly. You think it's probably been tied up here a while, because there's not much signs that it's been used. And yeah, just like kind of floating above the large dock, and kind of out further, there's just like this endless sea of stars. You can see other islands in the distance, but yeah, this is definitely like nothing you've seen before. There's no top to this cave.
Is there is there anything that Lareth can see on the boat?
So there looks like there's some kind of control wheel, probably used to move the boat somehow. There are, looks like there's a couple of doors that might go below deck on the boat. You see what look like some sort of devices. Maybe they're weapons of some sort on the boat, but you're not sure what they do or how they work.
Just so I have a better idea, can you describe like their general look of the devices, or is it too strange?
I mean, it would probably just look. You're not any. You don't have any artificer levels, right?
No.
I guess give me an Arcana check, DC 25. This
All right.
probably wouldn't be like anything you've seen before.
I figured this was a long shot anyway.
Yeah, you're not sure what this stuff is. But you would guess maybe they might be some kind of projectile weapons, just because they were kind of pointed off the ship.
Only because I'm 90% sure I know what this is. I'm like, do we want to? Is there like any like tiny, like small opening or anything that Lareth might be able to fit into? Being the tiny bird she is.
It looks like there are windows going into the below deck areas.
I'll see if there's like an open space or an open window or something that she can fly through.
Alright,
I'm
what's her
assuming she can't
passive
open the-
perception?
Her passive perception?
Yeah.
13.
Alright, so she, you say you're flying her through the windows?
Looking for an open window, yeah.
Yeah,
Although
so,
she has advantage
yeah,
as well, doesn't she? So wouldn't it technically be 18?
It says passive 13, but on her sheet.
Weird.
So, yeah, there are, well, looks like all the windows are open currently. But as she flies in, it seems like there is some sort of trap as a bunch of magic missiles fire. I assume she doesn't have more than 3 HP, right?
No, she does not.
Alright, so yeah, she would just suddenly wink out and you'd be back with the group.
Like, well, Lareth triggered a trap of some kind, but I'll describe everything I saw.
Alright, which probably sounds amazing to Anvir.
Yeah. Stars is his whole deal.
Like, those, like, I will say, we're looking for magical items, so where are those odd artifacts on that ship? Those might, it's like, I couldn't get close enough to see what they were, and I couldn't recognize what they were. They might be magical, or if not magical, at least worth some, like, peculiar and rare enough that they might be worth something that could act as a magical weapon or magic item of kind for our deal with the Storm Giant. If we want Lareth to check out the fort, I'm gonna have to spend another hour to research them. And probably gonna have to spend some time making it up to her.
Alright, is that what you all want to do?
Yeah, sure.
Like, I'll send over, like, close the portal to the Astral Sea for now.
Alright, so Nasira runs over to close the portal.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you try to pass another hour.
Before we start doing that, I will also use another Harness Divine power to get another third level.
Alright, so during that time, Nasira, the dagger would speak to you again. It would say, I'm just curious, what are you all looking for here anyway? This place is quite
Items
dangerous.
of power.
Oh, like myself?
Indeed, so it seems.
As well. I know that there was a back room, a sealed area filled with some of the Illithid's old treasures. I'm guessing you saw it when you were going through.
She would picture the room up to the northeast that was cleaned out.
She
This
says,
one?
Yes. Oh, I see. Someone may have taken the treasures already.
Unfortunately, yes. Someone beat us to it.
She says, that's too bad. You are a Yuan-Ti, are you not?
Indeed.
He says, I have not seen your kind in a long time. I'm actually very old, though I've mostly traveled with the Mind Flayers, at least recently. I have been to several of the humanoid empires.
Oh?
She says, yes, and it does sound almost like a female's voice. She says, the cycles have come and gone for me, several of them, but I keep an eye out on things that are happening.
How is it that you came to the magnificent dagger?
She says, well, I've always been a dagger.
Oh, you are crafted this way.
She says, yes, it's hard to explain. Technically, I wasn't always a dagger. I was originally an idea. I don't know how to really explain it to you, but my form sort of changed based on what was expected of me. And I've just been a dagger for a long time.
What's anyone expected of you, or what some creator expected of you?
She says, what the universe expected, what reality expected of me. I don't really know how to explain it.
Now, Sierra thinks really, really hard about some magnificent hand wraps.
She says, would that help you more?
Wasn't expecting that to even be a possibility. I mean, I'm not usually one to use bladed weapons, but you are quite lovely as you are.
Give me a charisma check.
Okay.
Did not see that one coming.
It's just a weapon that can turn into other weapons.
I know.
So she says, I'm sorry, I don't think you're strong enough to help me change. I'm going to have to stay like this for now. But maybe in the future I can become something more valuable to you personally.
How interesting. And how may I aid you in your purpose, should you aid me in such a way?
She says, I don't know, but if something comes to me, I can let you know. There's definitely things you could help me with being a Zatian.
Have we heard that term before?
Yeah,
We have.
yeah, they called us that when we were in the candle.
Did we learn much about it?
We have no clue.
What is this Satyan? It has been a term used previously, but never explained.
She says it's your heritage, your connection to the outsider peoples. I don't really know how to explain it. I would think you'd know more about it.
My heritage is that of the Yuan-Ti, although I was separated from my kind as a child.
As well, that is your connection to this world, but that is not your true heritage. None of the Zatian's true heritage are the connections.
None of the Zatians, how many are there?
Oh, I don't know.
And how is it that you recognize my heritage just upon meeting me?
He says it's because of what I am. I haven't had the best experience with your peoples, but I have met others like you.
Yanti or Zatian?
Zatian, although many Yanti.
How interesting.
Says we should speak later. I don't want to get too confusing, but yes, maybe once I know more about you, I can reveal more about me.
Very good. I shall keep you safe and clean and sharpened meanwhile.
Thank you. All right, so you would pass the hour getting your familiar back.
Is Nasir spending the whole time over in the mine chamber? Or
No, I probably came back to the. I wasn't looking. I was in the other window. Sorry, in the Discord window. But I would probably have come back if you guys were gonna be passing a rest.
All right, so well, you can spend a rest. Everyone except for Eldwin, but anyone else who wants to can spend a short rest for the hour.
Yeah, I think I might as well go ahead and do that. Get a few key points back.
Alright, so things have remained quiet. At this point, you're guessing there's no other mind flayers in the temple. At least not for now.
So our options now are going to the Astral Sea, which would require fighting through more of those vampiric mind flayers, and finding a way onto that ship, or seeing what the fortress holds.
Well, honestly, the place in the Astral Sea doesn't seem that bad.
It honestly doesn't, which is surprising.
Onve really wants to go to the Astral Sea. You can see him beaming like the like almost starry eyes he has are like glinting so hard.
Alright, what do you want to do?
I think we should. We spent the time, Eldwin preparing his rituals. Should we not at least take a look at this fortress? It definitely seems like it may be a more manageable amount of space to explore, but we know nothing else.
It's I'm fine checking out the fortress, and like guiltily looks over to Lareth, like, and I will be making extra sure that all of your feathers are properly groomed tonight, Lareth.
She just gives
Too
you
bad
a dirty look.
Too bad I can't cast See Invisibility on them. Because it's only a self spell.
Yeah. Alright, so you're sending her to the fortress?
Yep, I'll have her wait for the portal to open up.
Alright, so you set the coordinates to a new area.
Just real like I'm assuming that Sierra's the one that went to turn on the portal again.
Yeah, probably. Unless you guys wanted to try a different setup, but I figure I can get to you guys quick if a combat ensues.
We are still in front of both of you at the portal.
All right. After she runs off and while we're waiting for the portal to go off, Eldon will just like softly speak to the other two. It's like that dagger of hers I took a look at. Like it's like my spell, like my identify spell identified it as a cursed item. Not only is it cursed, but it's an intelligent item or sentient item, and somehow either it or something else was hiding the full potential of the dagger from the spell. It's like I don't trust that thing at all. Like it seems dangerous.
Once we're done here, I have some things I was planning to do to look into that. I got the same general inkling.
While that happens, after being told it's a cuss item.
So at this point, the portal would open as Nasira obviously finished her positioning of the rings. So Lareth is flying through.
Yep.
Okay.
While that happens, he's still paying attention to Portal, but he will say in his mind, Ankra, do you know anything about that? Not the telepathic speech, but to Ankra itself. Thing itself.
Ankra says, I know nothing about any daggers that are sentient, but the Mind Flayers have all sorts of strange oddities among their possessions. Perhaps it is one of the powerful items that the Storm Giant sensed.
I will say that to the other two.
He says, perhaps they found it on the astral plane if they had a connection to it. He says, I myself was also grasped from the astral plane, captured. Alright, but anyway, back to the owl. So, you appear in some sort of strange room that appears to have some desks and some crates, as well as this strange glowing portal, which has now appeared in the room.
Oh, is it purple this time, by the way?
This one, what was this? This one is blue.
Oh. So what was the purple one?
A secret fourth.
But yeah, you can see through her eyes, right?
Yes, which is something I can communicate with her. So,
did you not take control of her sight?
Well, I can take. I took control of her sight. I don't know if I can.
she's too
the
far away.
communication.
All right, so she, I guess, will just start flying around. So wait, how did you command her to go into the ship before?
She had done teleporting bond before.
Oh,
but then
no.
I thought you said the bond doesn't work on her.
Yeah, I thought the bond couldn't work on her because she didn't have enough hit.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I guess she wouldn't have been able. I wouldn't have been able to. But
I thought familiars had a higher int than normal. Like I thought they had a 5 or something.
No, I'm pretty sure it specifies you use the statistics, and owls only have a 2.
I mean, there's the pseudo dragon and the warlock familiars are like more intelligent, but I don't know if the standard ones are.
Yeah, it uses the statistic of the chosen form.
Okay.
That was a celestial fae or.
Alright, so yeah, I guess she couldn't have given her any type of help before. So she'd fly around this room. You'd see some kind of strange, kind of broken chains here with some blood on the floor, which is a little bit disconcerting. Another blue symbol, but unlike this, or unlike yours, it isn't lit up at all. And then she would just kind of fly around, realizing she can't get through this door here. So then she would head back and try to go through the portal, but would be unable to. It seems this is only one way.
That is a great thing to figure out. I will just seeing that. Can I do a check of any kind to try and identify the point of the other symbol?
So it looks like it might be something similar to the item or the magic that you're using now. Maybe some other set of rings would activate it. You're not sure.
I will. Alright, I will dismiss her.
Alright. So you dismiss her. Returning now to the temple. Actually, we might need to end here because we're a little over. Why don't we do some MVP votes? I assume next week you guys will surprise me with what you intend to do. Probably, basically the opposite of wherever I planned.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's normal D&D. What'd you expect?
Alright, so I got 2 votes. 3 votes.
I did the command wrong the first time.
Alright, so Nasira and Eldwin are tied. I need D20 rolls.
Oh, didn't see that one coming.
Alright, so Nasira, you are MVP. I'll give you
thank
an
you.
inspiration. And for clinging to the darkness, I'll give you one as well, Anvir, since you stayed in that darkness longer than you probably should have.
What? I just started hiding in there at one point. I was just too scared.
Scared.
Uh.
So you hid in the psychic death darkness. Makes sense.
Yeah, he was trying to get out, but it got to a point where he realized he couldn't get out one turn, so he's just like, you know what? As Flavor was just like, no, he's just gonna hide behind this thing now, even though he's in magical darkness. He's gonna try and hide behind something.
Now, I'm taking some notes, but you guys are welcome to hang out or take off if you wish.
I am gone. Good day.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Oh god, choices next session.
I know. I think we definitely need to revisit the Astral Sea because I'm like, wait, that portal might not be able to go
So-
through.
There's a spell I really wish I had set up already. Because
Plane
I
shift.
have to, like... No, I don't get plane shift as a cleric.
All right, that's Druid.
But Word of Recall says nothing about planes.
Oh, true.
But I haven't set it up at a temple or anything yet. Because I have to cast it at a temple to designate that location.
Just make a really small temple. I mean, this is a temple.
Yeah, but it has to be specifically to my god.
I know. I'm just being a jerk. I did that thing this session where halfway through I realized, oh gosh, I'm taking notes.
do that all the time. I start to take notes, then I forget, and then I end up having to watch the session to like write a journal.
Thankfully, not too much happened. Half the time was like fighting, and the other half was simple exploration.
Oh yeah, what are we gonna do about Nasira's scribe point? Because I ended up doing the recap.
Well,
Oh,
technically, she
I
would still
forgot.
get it.
Yeah, it's okay. I just wanted to clarify that if she was gonna get it still.
The story
Was I
point.
scribe? I forgot.
You were scribe last week, so I ended up doing the recap for you.
Oh, gotcha. Wait, you read all of that?
Yes!
Nice.
Look, I don't like writing. I don't mind reading. No, it's been a thing for as long as I can remember. I don't mind reading too much, but I just can't write. I am not a great writer.
Sometimes I am just not in the mood and I don't do as much. And I mean, even what I do on Nasira is actually relatively simple. There's some characters where I just kind of find their voice more easily than others, you know? And it's easier to do like some sort of journal that's kind of very much them, you know? But I don't know. It comes and goes for me.
That's fair. I do the journals very much more as like AJ than Onvia. Like,
I had one character who basically wrote little mini 3-act plays with like enter stage right and like all kinds of stage commands and stuff as all her journals.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be so much time. Oh, I could not fathom
I mean, to
that.
be fair, I only played her for like maybe 4 or 5 levels, and she was an experiment, just like Otto. She was a wackadoodle bard set up that she didn't speak common because I wanted to try bard, but I didn't want to end up as the party's face. So she was a goblin who didn't speak common.